guess I'm recording now.
Hey, this is Sean B. Bradley, CEO of Dealer Synergy. I'm right in front of my computer screens, and I want to just talk about social media for dealerships. A lot of dealerships want to have a ton of different, friends, fans, likes, and everything like that. Let me just tell you the truth, okay? When you see dealerships, for the most part, there are exceptions to the rule, but when you see dealerships that have 10,000, 20,000 friends and fans, they're BS. They're not real. They're buying them from wholesale brokers, etc. People from Indonesia or Africa or something like that. They basically buy friends and fans that are absolutely useless. And how do you know? Because if you look at people that have 20,000 friends or fans or likes, and when they post something, they have 3 comments. How does that even mathematically make sense? All right, I'm going to show you a dealership right here called Wholesale Inc. Wholesale's been a client of ours for years, and they're based out of the Nashville, Tennessee area. We took this dealership from doing roughly 60 retail units a month out of their entire dealership. Now they're doing over 300 retail cars. They have a very, very powerful internet department, and it's a very unique system because they're a used car independent dealership, so they're not franchised. But they're Wholesale Inc. They sell over 1,000 wholesale pieces a month. One of their largest clients is Automax, and CarMax and those type of, companies like that. So they wanted to get out of the wholesale business and go into the retail business. So long story short, this is their social media. What's really kind of interesting is that they've got really 1,700 real likes and real interactions. Now, you can keep the camera over here. You're going to hear Kevin is the social media rep. Kevin, can you share, why is this dealership so successful?
Because the Wholesale Inc. is really successful because they're really involved in the community, and each time someone buys a car there, they take a picture of the customer with the car and include them on the Wall of Fame, as you see right there in the photo albums on the left. They have a whole Wall of Fame, and they have the customers tagged on comments, and just a really fun, interactive, community-based dealership.
Okay, so they're constantly posting stuff. How often do they post and do we post on their behalf?
On Facebook, a few times a week, usually 3 times, 4 times a week.
3 times, 4 times a week. And what are the biggest, comments that they get that you've seen or what have you on here?
It's mostly on, like I said, the Wall of Fame photos they get with the customers. Because customers, they love, hey, look, I bought my new car, friends. They can show their friends and family a new truck they bought, a new car they bought.
Okay, now let's talk about their Twitter over here. They've actually got over 618 real followers. What type of action or interaction do they have on Twitter?
On Twitter, they have a lot of interaction with different fundraisers, like Autism Speaks, which they have a fundraiser they're sponsoring next month. They're very involved with that on Twitter, and different people throughout the community. The Tennessean is very, local with them, so we interact with them as well.
Okay, let's go back to me. I'm going to kind of go into this. So here's some advice that I want to give the dealerships that are watching this for social media, and this is very important. Yes, we want 12 million gazillion friends, fans, and likes, etc., but you can't just expect to do absolutely nothing internally and just it magically happen. You can't go into a bank, people, and say to the teller, hey, I want $10,000 without depositing $10,000. You can't withdraw 10 grand without depositing 10 grand unless you want the FBI on you, right or wrong? Right. So what you need to do first is invest in your dealership. So here's just some basic stuff. In my opinion, every one of your employees should have a Facebook page. Even if they don't operate on Facebook, etc. Unless they object, create a Facebook page. Have your dealership digital marketing manager, internet manager. If you're working with Dealer Synergy, have us, work with the individual people just to create a Facebook page, even if they don't ever use it. Why? Because you could turn and create an employee profile on Facebook, and their friends and their relatives and their neighbors will wind up finding them anyway. Kevin, do you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so again, start with your employees. Start posting, have your employees create their own Facebook pages and why they love working at your dealership and all the awesomeness that's there. Okay, so start with your employees. Now, the next thing that I would do is I would say that you should turn around on the glass doors. There should be a check-in. Okay, there should be a button or a call to action to check in on their mobile devices. And a lot of companies, I see diners, I see restaurants, I see fast food places that when you walk in, there's signage, and I posted them on our Dealer Synergy Facebook, pictures of examples that say check in. If you check into Facebook, what are you going to do? You're going to get a 10% discount. You get a free, oil change or whatever it is. Why? Because the average Facebook person has 136 friends or fans. So I'm going to repeat that. The average person on Facebook has at least 136 friends or fans. Is that correct, Kevin?
Yeah.
So now try to imagine if I check into Facebook at your dealership, then 136 people are going to see that like that. Does that make sense? So, but if you don't ask people, how are you going to expect them to check in? There's no reason for them to check in if they don't know they should check in, if there's no reason to check in. And if you don't incentivize them, you're hoping they check in. Don't hope. Give them a call to action. Give them a reason to check into your dealership. Now, I have like almost 3,000 Facebook, friends, and then about 9,000 Facebook fans for Dealer Synergy. So do you think if we check in, how many people are going to see where I'm at? Think about that for a second. So you should have signage that says check into Facebook because here's what you're going to get. Here's the reasons. There should be signs all throughout your dealership that say like us on Facebook. Log on to Facebook. If you have a plasma in your showroom, you should have your Facebook page on there, and it should show the different sections of all the people. You could use that as a display, as a propaganda mechanism. Does that make sense, people? You can't just expect people to check in and use your Facebook if you don't tell them to. Okay, what other ways can you get people into your Facebook mechanism? Your emails. If you've got a DMS or if you've got a CRM, you should be taking all of that data, and then doing campaigns. You should do a permission-based email campaign, explaining people, why they should log on to your Facebook. Maybe incentivizing them, giving them a gas card, giving them an oil change, giving them rewards points. If you've got a rewards program, give them, 300 points or 500 points just for liking you on Facebook. Again, or give them, create a contest. Hey, here's a chance to win an iPad. All you got to do is go on to Facebook and our Facebook page and say why you deserve an iPad. Anything. There's a tremendous amount of different strategies and campaigns and promos and etc. But if you don't ask, you're never going to get. So use your email mechanism. Use your CRM. You could also use your DMS, like I was mentioning to you. All your past and current clients and prospects, take those emails and invite them to your Facebook page. Invite them to your Twitter page. Invite them to your Pinterest page. Invite them to your YouTube channel. What other suggestions do you have, Kevin? You know what I mean, for that really work to drive the network?
Just spreading the word throughout the community of your Facebook page. You can tell like you said, the staff should have a Facebook page, and you can have them tell their friends, and it's more. Facebook page for a dealership is more about the community than it is about the national level. It's more about local.
So what Kevin's saying is 100% true. The Facebook page and the social media is social. You need to get that word of mouth out. You need to have your people tell other people. How can you do this if you're a dealer principal or a GM? Create incentives. How about creating a Facebook bonus? At the end of the month, okay, whoever's got the most, Facebook signups gets X amount of dollar bonus. Whoever's got the coolest post on Facebook or testimonial or story or whatever gets a bonus. Do you see what I'm saying? If it's not important to the dealership, it's not going to be important to your prospects or clients. If the dealership doesn't make it awesome, if the dealership doesn't make it, off the hook and a reason to go to your Facebook, why should they go there? And one thing that Kevin said is really powerful. What you need to be able to do is not just post, pictures and videos of cars and prices and sales and specials. You should be looking at your news feed of all the people that are on your Facebook that are your friends and liked you, etc. You've got to be able to see if they're posting stuff like, oh, I just had a baby, or I'm sick, or, today's my anniversary. Don't just ignore them. You got to retweet them. You got to comment on them. You got to like them. You got to leave little inspiring messages. Interact with them. Show that you care. Because why should they care when you post? Why should they, like your comments or recommend your comments or forward your comments or tag you or do any of that stuff if all you do is you act like a voyeur and you just spam your Facebook? You have to be interactive. You have to, give them encouragement and excitement and validate them and all that stuff. You need to be social. Thank you.